would you take that into consideration?
Yeah, because I want to see how that affects me after we decide to commingle. Because what can happen is this nigga can't be going upside your head if you my woman. Like he has to
Of
die
course.
at that point.
Well,
Like
you're the man. You take care of that. I'll follow your lead, baby.
Also, though, I would want to see that you're taking the steps to make sure you manage that before I come into the picture.
Yes. Okay. I want somebody who is going to be able to protect me. I want to know that you got the gun on the side. I do.
Got you. Okay. Day, how do you feel about that? How do you feel knowing that Sharon is a great, safe man now, but he used to be a dangerous man or, in the streets?
Well, prior what he said, I would have dated him, but after I heard what he said, I was second guess it. I'm like, nah. I
Oh,
don't
you
like
said you like
trouble.
nerds. I remember. Well, Sharon a
Yes,
little
I
nerdy.
do. I do like not nerds. I like men who know how to treat a lady.
Yeah, like
And don't
butlers,
call
right?
ladies bitches.
Nerds don't know how to treat ladies.
But see, that's the difference. Like, that's the difference, though. Like, I think women appreciate the maturation. Like, they like the transformative nature of dudes from bad to good. We don't. We not like that. That no man is like, yo. But regardless of the fact, the attraction triggers are very different. Most dudes is not like, yo, she used to be turning them tricks though, but she here now. Like, it's just not a thing, yo. It's not.
Exactly.
Yeah, but even further than that,
and I just want to clarify some things. I was never a drug lord, by the way. I was never that. I was never that. So I just want to make some clear situations, and I don't call women bees. I do that.
Sharon, we gonna fill the gaps in ourselves since you wasn't willing to give us information. I'm gonna fill the gap in what I want to fill it in with. Now, the thing about this is, Paul, you got that one. Jay, how do you feel when you see a man that's a good father?
I think it's very attractive.
How about you, Lakeisha? Okay, it like something that attracts you.
I agree.
It attracts you. Okay.
Yeah.
And, True. How do you feel when you see a woman that's a good mom?
It's attractive. It's respectful.
It attracts you. How about you, M. White? You see a woman, she's a good mom.
I kind of think that's, she's supposed to do that. I'm like, I would be more amazed if she was a bad mom.
So you were like, it's like if she see a woman that's a good mom, it's like she's supposed to do that. You don't really, it don't pull you in. It's not like, oh, let me get to know this girl. Because I think that women like experienced men, and I think it makes sense. Because men are, a lot of times you want leaders. So you want a man that's experienced, you want a man that's been through something because it forged him into something now. And I think that's the difference between men and women. When you see a man that's already a dad and he's out here in the field and he's being a good dad, you like, yo, that's proof of concept. I love that. I want him for me. Or they say a lot of women like married men, right? They say you put your ring on and all of a sudden all of these women want you, right? You want somebody else's man, somebody who's already been out here and did it. I think it's different with men. I don't think men necessarily are like, oh, you already in the field, you got kids already, you a mom. I love that. That attracts me. I don't think most men have that. Or the same thing with the bodies and all that type of, oh, you already been fucking a lot? Oh, come be my wife. I don't think we see it that way. And I think I tried to prove it through my line of questioning, but
you can, dog, they saw what you was doing. That's why she gave you the 46-second no.
Yeah, I didn't know you was going there. I really was just answering that's my first thought. Gotcha. I don't see somebody with their kids and think I'm gonna wipe you up now because you got kids. That does not cross.
Yeah, it's not a bad thing, but it's.
Well,
we don't see it that way.
As a single man with no kids, I would kind of, it would prohibit me from moving forward because I would want to start my own family.
Yeah.
Correct me if I'm wrong. We had the conversation about dating single mothers. I was the only person that said that I would not date a woman who didn't have kids, right? I think that was, even with that being true, when I see one with their kids, that's what you thought I thought, Mark. It's not what I think. Like, so I'm not automatically thinking, oh, her being a good mom that's default. That's what you supposed to do. I need to find out when I get to know you, how much influence does your son's father have in his household? Or how much sway does he still hold over you? It's a different set of problems, but those are the things she gets credit for. I'm not gonna give a woman credit for being a good mom. That's your fucking job. Like there's no cookie for that. That's what you're supposed to do. Now, having a great co-parenting relationship, bonus points. I'm saying effective communication, in household management, great. Not devaluing the man's role in your son's life, and like keeping the hero a hero, mega bonus points. But just the fact that she's a good mom, don't get like that's the fuck you supposed to do.
So I guess the question could be, Willie, what makes a woman a good mom, or what makes a man a good?
I gave you mine. What makes a good woman?
I know. I'm just saying, like, what makes? Because he said,
I don't think men. I don't think men should have any.
So
I don't think men have any say on what makes a man a good man, because unless they date men, because I'm saying the asset doesn't determine its value in the market. Oh, okay.
So can I ask a question? Okay, so well, I like to almost answer a little bit in this way, or I want to know. So basically, okay, so Willie, I'll use you. So would you look at me as a good woman?
Yeah, for what I've known of you, you don't give me none you ever sold pussy vibes. You don't come across masculine. I don't believe you done sucked 30 dicks in the past month, and you can hold a conversation. You work hard for what I see. Yeah, you're good.
Okay, so that was a joke. Because they're gonna crucify me in the comments,
No, I said you haven't sucked 30 dicks in the past month.
No, I said 10. I was only joking.
You said 10.
Oh, I didn't even hear that part.
Oh no, shit.
Okay.
10 would disqualify.
They're putting no clip out like this. Anyway, so okay. So would I be somebody you would date? And it's just me being hypothetical. I have kids. Would I be somebody that you would date?
Wait, say what?
Who
you would want to date?
You have children. If you didn't have children, I wouldn't even pay you attention.
Okay. All right. So you're saying that if you are really paying attention to how the relationship that I would have with my relationship with my kid's father, right? So yes. I have 3 daughters with my ex-husband, and he's been on and off, and we haven't had the best relationship. We've had a domestic violent relationship. So would you take that into consideration?
Yeah, because I want to see how that affects me after we decide to commingle. Because what can happen is this nigga can't be going upside your head if you my woman. Like he has to die. Of course. At that point.
So you're the man. You take care of that. I'll follow your lead, baby.
Also, though, I would want to see that you're taking the steps to make sure you manage that before I come into the picture.
Oh, 1,000%.
Respectfully, Jay. I wouldn't advise no man to date a woman with 3 daughters, especially if the father is like active in their life and potentially is violent, because the propensity for him to take something or anything out of pocket and attack your ass is very, 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 very high. And I'm speaking as a father of 2 daughters. If for whatever reason my daughters was in somebody else's house, the moment they tell me anything this other man has done to them, I'm a pretty logical and rational person most of the time. I will not in truth be able to maintain rationality trying to figure out what's happened to my children. And I think that could go wrong.
I would, if my kid was in that situation, I would say this. I would feel the same way. However, that's not where I am right now. I mean, my kids are in their 20s, and that's obviously the reason why I left him, just because he had a drinking issue.
That's completely different. I'm talking about. That's completely different.
So I was just asking this because I just wanted to know, like, where I am. If that wasn't an issue, and say I didn't have any communication with this person, my kids are grown because of that, would that be still something that you consider? Are you considering that?
It don't matter.
I'm not even gonna hold you. If your kids are out of the house, I don't even consider them as kids. Like that wouldn't even be in my thought. I'm talking about the ones that are 6, 7, 11, 14. Okay. Like those, you got grown-up kids. Like those are great. So you don't have kids, you have adult children. So that's what I wouldn't even look at it that way. Like that's
we're gonna jump into a clip, but I did want to say just on that point real quick. I think after a certain age, then it becomes more weird for a woman to not have children at that point. At that point, you're like, damn, well, what's up with her? Why has she not even explored this? So yeah, if she's like way up in her 30s and all that,
not everybody,
Lakeisha, you didn't try to have children at that point yet, then I think that's even more of a reason not to date them. I don't think that most men are trying to avoid women with children. I think you want to avoid women with badass kids or dangerous baby
Fact.
fathers, right? So those are, you just don't want the problems, right? If you can go into that transition and they have a well-behaved child who is going to respect your authority and the dude is not running interference, you cool. Those are the main reasons why people don't want to deal with that. It's not that people don't like children, but the main issues are those two that I just mentioned. So I'm not one of those guys who would say, oh, never, recreational use and all that goofy shit. I mean, to each his own. If you if you didn't have children yourself, a man in his 20s, I wouldn't tell him to do that. But a man that's a little older, 30s, 40s, there's nothing wrong with that. Of course, it's still an individual decision, because you have to understand that it's a immense responsibility that you're taking on. And I don't believe in being a half-ass father. You either in it all the way, 100, or nothing.